guys, you're watching GRTV. I want to explain proper protocol for interacting with the police. Now this is concerning matters where you've either been affected by criminals or yourself or others have been targeted, attacked, personal possessions violated. I'll try to make 5 points here. The problem with calling the police is sometimes the person will know who it was, that it was you that called the police, and therefore they might try to retaliate, especially if you had to work at a certain store or something to that effect. Some criminals can be quite brazen, and they will, you do things even during the daylight, although often all criminal activity occurs at nighttime, so that's when the drug dealers, the prostitutes, and mischievous graffiti defamers, obviously there's nice professional graffiti murals done, but there are people who do bad graffiti. And so the point being is, how do we, so number one is realize that you might not always be in a position to be contacting the police. It might not be safe for you to do so. It might be better if you do so a month later, or when you're in a safe zone, and that's why sometimes it's even worse to be out in public, because that in a way obligates you. If you're late at night at a nightclub where there's alcohol and mischievous and dark activity going on, it might obligate you to come to the defense of somebody, and then you could get involved in all these types of conflicts, be it gangs or just the random person and number two is to never think that a person might be not a threat, and that you can somehow physically outmaneuver them. Treat people, unless it's an emergency and you fight or flight, you have to make a move. You treat people as if they are armed. They might have a knife, even a box knife, very dangerous. They might have a gun or otherwise. And so number two, when you're calling the police, try to get their description, their movements, where they're going, maybe even follow them a while behind. And remember to breathe, always breathing, because that's what protects you from danger, right? So when and that's another reason to always, point 3 is to always be prepared, like be your own security. Don't expect others to look out for you. This is the laws of the jungle. This is fight or flight. This is, wearing shoes that allow you to run or fight if needed. Especially where women's concerned, there's a need to be careful. And so in any case, I think you get the gist of it. When calling, realize the police may not be able to respond soon. That's point 4. Is oftentimes, the police are just, they're not able to help. It's just not an option, so you have to be your own security, make your own strategic maneuvers, and just know your surroundings. Know where, if you're whatever location you are, know where dangerous neighborhoods are. Don't show off your wealth. Laws of the jungle. Respect people's space. Give people space. Don't give them space on the sidewalk. in stores, wherever you are, physical space and distance. I actually like how the whole Corona restrictions have brought up this concept of space. It's important in society, and I'll consider for one more point for consideration. So, carrying a whistle, a bright flashlight. You blow the whistle and you don't run out of breath. Bright flashlight, useful as well. It's a cool license plate there. I think you guys get the idea. It's just and realize that it's not about race. Like, a lot of times it's easy to see certain people and think that all that race is bad, but sometimes you got to recognize, okay, that's a crime, that's what it was, and the goal, if you or other people were hurt, should be to prevent it in the future instead of feeling angry or resentful. Just ways of prevention in the future, and that can include obviously incarceration, rehabilitation, and maybe even the death penalty. I don't think we should be averse to that. I think it's useful to get certain people out of society instead of continuing to feed them and spend any more time and energy on them. Just help them to their future incarnation. So thanks for considering, guys, and aloha.